Okay, so this is a new design using stuff that I have in order to make actually a special planter for this very old fern. Fennel. This is fennel that I've tried to save, and you can see that it looks like it's trying to come back. But what have I done here? Well, this is an old milk jug. It's my water holder to create humidity in the middle. It's got rocks around it. I've got sand as a rhizome. And what I'm going to do here is put down wicks. And basically, these wicks are going to hang down into here. There's a wick right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's a wick, an old cloth. And I'm going to have it come out. So basically the water is going to, and here are a bunch of wicks right here on that. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to put some peat moss up to about here. The peat moss to this right here, and then the top bit is going to be dirt, good dirt. So that's it. That's my basically no water bed for this fennel right here that I'm putting in here. I wanted to seed the worm farm with worms, and I haven't been able to go buy some, so I started to dig. Well, I started to dig and I thought, you know what, why don't I put potatoes here? It's kind of in the shade, but you know what, potatoes grow fine. There's enough ambient light bouncing around here, they'll be fine. And what I put in here, this is basically a compost feeder or worm feeder that actually goes kind of down, along, and down like an L, so it goes along. And I actually pour my diluted urine down there, the nitrogen, putting it down right into the base, adding nitrogen. So I dilute my urine about 10 or 20 to 1. So it's 1 gallon, about 3 or 4 times peeing, and then you fill up your 1 gallon of water. And I've got videos on how to get the salt out and stuff like that, and you put that in there. Basically, I'm nitrating the soil, plus I'm going to put food scraps down in there, and that's going to become a place for worms, and I've already kind of drilled some holes into it so worms can come in and out. Michael Try here, basically doing really simple, what I call Foundups Permaculture. Little sprints, little activities, accomplishing them one step at a time, not worrying about designing the whole thing, but small step design in the moment, accomplishing certain things that you need to do, and letting the design itself. In Foundups Permaculture, you do less of the designing, and you allow nature and your previous designing to influence the next designing. I have an idea of where things are going to go, but that I'm open to that changing. As I get information, as I learn from experts, as I learn from the environment, those designs are going to change. So, for example, a simple digging for worms ends up a potato yard. That fennel that I was trying to save goes into the plot. That's an immediate thing. I want to save that fennel. I want to make a perfect environment for it, because that's an important herb, and it's one that I want to keep. So that's going to be all fennel growing out of there, and I can always move it in the future. But right now, and there's other fennel growing up in the yard that I'm going to move into that planter.